Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? So, this is going to be a quick live, but I wanted to answer this question because this question has been asked a couple times before, and I kind of went over this in a video I did talking about home health aid, geriatric and extended health care. Okay, so someone left a question about how can they get um, equipment from the VA, something like a exercise bike. Okay, so anytime you're trying to get equipment from the Department of Veterans Affairs, you're going to need a referral. You're going to need a referral either from your doctor, your psychiatrist, or physical therapy, or it could be your private doctor. Okay, you need a referral. You don't just say, hey, go to prosthetics and hey, I need this. The first thing they're going to tell you to do is go ask your primary care or go ask your psychiatrist. Okay. So you need a referral. Now, when you go ask for whatever it is, there needs to be a need for it. Okay. You may want an electric bike, you may want an electric scooter. But the question becomes for the doctor, the psychiatrist, the physical therapist, or your own private doctor, is that something you really need? Just because you want it, it doesn't mean that they're going to give it to you. It has to be something that you qualify for and something that you need. Okay. Now, for the people who keep leaving comments regarding aid in attendance and them needing basically maid service, I will refer you to a video I did that is called Home Health Aid, and it's only for veterans who are in U.S. or U.S. territory. If you are overseas, you cannot get this service. Even if you're paying for Medicaid or Medicare and you're living overseas, you cannot get this service. For those of you living overseas, I'm going to get to you all in a minute to let you understand how that works. If you need to get a scooter, if you need to get a wheelchair that is not already in the country that you're in and accessible, I'm going to explain to you how that works. But for you guys who are currently in the United States of America, you're at home, you're single, you need help, okay? You can't take a bath on your own anymore, or you having difficulty with getting a shower on your own, or you can't clean your house anymore. You need help with those things around the house. You've heard people say this many times, and they try to associate that with a caregiver. No, that's not. That's a maid. But the VA offers home health aid for people in those situations. So if you're in a situation where it is very difficult for you to bend over because you got back problems, difficult for you to go outside just to get your mail, okay? You have to have help getting off the toilet, things like that. But you're not so bad to where you qualify for aid and attendance. You can get home health aid. But again, this is something you have to request from your doctor. Your doctor has to put in a request, or excuse me, you have to put in a referral. You then have to qualify for the rest, especially when you guys are talking about scooters and wheelchairs. Now, if it's a situation where you just had surgery, you got a missing limb, it's something that's obvious, getting a wheelchair isn't that big of a deal. Even if it's only temporary, you can get a wheelchair. But if it's something for long term, like an electric scooter, you not only have to get a referral from your doctor or your psychiatrist or physical therapy, you have to qualify once you get that referral. They then have to bring you in to see if you actually need that device. It isn't as simple as the doctor says, I need a scooter, here's my referral letter. No, they're going to have you come in. You're going to go through basically another exam to see if you actually need it. A lot of the people that you see with scooters, they have a lot more issues than you all think. Some of them have breathing issues where they can't even take that many steps before they're out of breath. Some of them have issues like mine, where they're a body part with nerve issues will just go numb. They lose their balance. Some of them have equilibrium problems. There's a variety of reasons why people get electric scooters. And it's not based upon age, okay? There are people who are 19, 20 years old who have electric scooters because they have mobility issues. So it's not an age thing, but it's a need thing. Do you actually need it? Because if you can take 50 steps and then you out of breath for a second, but then you can get up and take another 50 or 60 steps, more than likely they're not going to give it to you. I'm just saying more than likely. That's not a guarantee, but more than likely that's something they're not going to give you. But if you get up and you can't even make it to the door, say the door is 10 feet away without being out of breath, without losing your balance, without needing somebody to stand there with you and hold you up, those are situations where people need scooters. But I want to say one more thing before I get to the comments and see who's on with me. Attitude. Another way to get denied a lot of things at the Department of Veterans Affairs, attitude. You go in there, you want to cuss people out, you want to raise holy hell, you want to act like everything in there you're supposed to get because of whatever it is you did in the military. You got to realize a lot of those people were not in the military. The stuff that you're screaming at regular people who are working those jobs don't mean a damn thing to them. They have regulations they have to go by. And if you keep going in there cussing people out, you know what they're going to do with your file that was next in line? They're going to take it and put it behind the next 300. So you can't go in all the time demanding things because as the saying goes, you can catch more flies with honey than you can with shit. Nobody wants to work with somebody with an attitude. But if you go in there and treat these people with respect, sometimes they'll surprise you. They'll find a wheelchair that was hidden somewhere, or they may find a scooter that some veteran decided they didn't want and make it available to you. But if you go in there raising holy hell, cussing everybody out all the time they come in there, sure, they may fear you, but that ain't all they doing. They putting your ass at the back of the line. Things that you probably could have got 2 or 3 years ago, you're just now getting them. You understand what I'm saying? So be mindful, guys, when you go into these hospitals, when you go into these clinics, you're dealing with sometimes with people who have no military service. They have no idea what you've gone through. They know you're upset, and sometimes they really do try to help you. Now, I'm not saying that in every situation that they try to help as much as they can, but it does help when you go in, when you're more calm. Because if somebody pissed you off, take a moment before you step in there and say something. Get yourself together, then walk in and ask politely for whatever it is you need. And we all know, we've been to the VA many times, okay? Your appointment may have been at 1 o'clock. They may not see you till 3. We know this, okay? There's no point of getting upset. There's no point of raising no hell. Because if you don't want to go to those appointments anymore, sign up for telehealth. That way you can be at home. They can call you while you're at home. Okay? I'm just trying to offer some friendly advice to people out there who may not be getting the things that they want or they feel they should get, and they don't know why. Attitude, behavior has a lot to do with it. Even over the phone, you got to understand the first line of defense for the VA is normally people, some are veterans, but these are people who make no decisions about your claim. They don't make any decisions. Cussing out the first person over the phone does you no good. All that does is delay whatever you're getting ready to do. The people who answer that phone know basic information. That's it. That is it. When you're calling that 800 number and you're asking them something specific, they have no idea. They're going to give you the same spiel every time. I'm a VA employee and I have to tell you blah, 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 blah. Your case may take anywhere from this amount of time up to a year to 2 years. You hear that same spiel every time. So there's no point in getting mad at them. They're just reading from their script that they were told. These are low-level workers, okay? These are the lowest paid people at the VA, and they're just trying to do a job. Now, I'm not trying to defend the VA in any way, shape, or form, because the people behind the scenes who they answer to are the ones who fuck up. But all I'm trying to do is offer friendly advice to people who actually go to a VA or go to a clinic and you're trying to get something done and you're upset. Calm yourself down. Because you might have been next in line. There's 40 people in there. You want to go to the window and cuss somebody out. Well, all of a sudden you done went from 40, from the number 1 to number 39. And that's all I'm saying. Now, who's on with me real quick? Because again, I'm not going to be on very long. What's up, Barry? How you doing? Who is this? Corrine? Hello, how you doing? Corina? Corini? I hope I'm saying your name right. Let's see. You helped me get my TDIU. Thank you. You're right. Keep the attitude at the doctor's door. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, man. I'm telling you all. From being there, working and seeing it from my own eyes, bro, people do not like it when you go there and you raising holy hell. And it's like nothing has changed at the VA, man. We all know this. For you vets who are overseas or getting ready to move overseas, let me talk to you all for a second. I need y'all to hear me clearly on this, all right? Because some of you all are getting things confused with the foreign medical program, and you're leaving comments just like the foreign medical program is just like the VA in the States. It is certainly not. It's not even close. It is not even close. I need y'all to hear me on this. If you are 50% or higher in the States or in U.S. territory, you can get seen for any and everything. Did y'all hear me? If you are 50% above in the United States of America or U.S. territory, you can be seen for any and everything. Does not matter what it is. Once you leave the U.S. and you leave U.S. territory, even if you go into the Philippines, they can only see you for what you're service connected for. So when someone leaves me a comment with, okay, man, so they're going to be able to give me my blood medication, even though I'm not service connected for it, that I've been getting from the VA for the last 10 years. No, they are not. You paying for that out of pocket. You're paying for that. You understand what I'm saying? They're not paying for something you're not service connected for. Now in the US, 50% or higher, you can go in there and ask them for whatever. As long as you got a doctor to sign off on it. For you guys that always talking about them little blue pills, okay, that you're getting for free in the States right now. You take your butt overseas, you ain't service connected for it. Guess what? None of it is free anymore. You're paying for it out of pocket. Okay? Physical therapy. I advise some of y'all to go to the VA's website when it comes to the foreign medical program in the Philippines. I have a video where I talk specifically about the foreign medical program in the Philippines, what it offers, what it does not offer. Do not take your butt to the Philippines if you thinking you're going to stay on your same physical therapy schedule that you have in the States. The only way you're going to stay on that schedule, you paying for it out of pocket. Because that is one thing that is not offered by the foreign medical program. Now, these third-party services may call it physical therapy, but I guarantee you they're calling it to the VA, they're charging them for something else. Because if you go to any list on any website for the foreign medical program, physical therapy is one of the things that is not covered by the Department of Veterans Affairs foreign medical program. And you don't have to take my word for it. va.gov or fmpva.gov and look it up for yourself. I do not get on here and just try to tell y'all stuff and just blowing stuff out of the air without doing research myself and understanding exactly how it works. Now, again, for people who are in the States, for people who are in U.S. territories, you have Medicaid or you have Medicare, and you need a wheelchair, you need to call Social Security, especially if you've been paying for it for all these years, and let them know this is something you need. Your Medicare or your Medicaid can pay for that. If you need home health care, Social Security, Medicaid, or Medicare can pay for that if you qualify. Again, you're going to need a referral from a doctor, or you're going to need a referral from someone in order to get that care from Social Security. Do y'all hear me? Now, for you guys who are overseas, I don't care if you've been paying for Social Security for the last 30 years. They're not sending you nothing from Medicare, especially when it comes to home health aid, if you are outside the U.S. and U.S. territories. You've been paying for that for 30 years, and you're not going to benefit one dime for it. Okay? I want to make sure we're clear on this. Because FMP is not even close to the VA. None of these services are not even in the ballpark of what the Department of Veterans Affairs does for veterans that they don't even realize they're getting until they leave. And then they become like, man, well, you know what? I didn't know this. I'm telling you right now, before you go shut up shop, what it's going to be. Okay? Who else I got on with me? Darth, what's up? How you doing? It's the God's honest truth. Be polite and patient. Nothing is worse than making a scene. Yeah, and their whole thing is, bro, don't come in trying to embarrass me. And a lot of you all know this, man. As many times a lot of us have been to the Department of Veterans Affairs. I haven't been to the VA in 3 years now. I can guarantee you I already know how it goes when I walk in the door. It's been the same way since day one that I went in there. Doesn't matter what time your appointment is, they never on time. Doesn't matter what time your psych appointment is, they're never on time. You all know this. So if you don't want to deal with traffic, you don't want to deal with looking at the clock and waiting on what time you're going to be seen, sign up for telehealth. Sit your butt right at home, watch Price is Right or whoever it is you're watching until you get that email or that phone call saying the doctor is ready. Log on, have your 15-minute, 20-minute appointment, and go on with the rest of your day. Same way with your medications. You don't want to go down there and stand in that long-ass line to come out there with that brown paper bag that we all get full of drugs. You can sit your butt right at home, get on your computer, go to My Healthy Vet, and reorder your medication, and it will be delivered within the next 2 weeks. This is not something new. Every veteran who has ever gone to a clinic or a hospital knows this. Cut the attitudes, man. I had a guy leave me a comment today that got me fired up like he had never been to the VA, and I asked him, well, how many times? Well, I've been going for 12 years. Well, if you've been going for 12 years, you already know how it goes. Everybody here knows how it goes. This situation with the VA is not going to change. I don't care if you change 50 different VAs. They all going to be the same. You're never going to be on time. Sign up for My Healthy Vet. Sign up for telehealth. Get you a free iPad if you don't have one, and have your appointment and move on with your life. Good attitude, good results. What's up, Love and Freedom? Does the VA offer a insurance program that you can pay for monthly so you can use it overseas? Foreign medical program. Anything outside of service connection, you got to pay for on your own. I have my own individual health care here in Colombia outside of FMP. Because another thing you all to understand, unlike the VA in the States, where some of your VAs, not all, but some of your VAs have emergency rooms. They open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay? If these third-party services are honest with you when you go sign up after 5 o'clock, and I don't care what day it is, and especially on the weekend, you ain't getting a hold of nobody. They ain't doing a damn thing for you till Monday morning at 8 o'clock. So if you're going to go live overseas, you need to get yourself some health insurance. I used to have Cigna, okay, before I signed up for their top plan here. And I can tell you Cigna, for a single male to go back to the United States if there's an emergency, to fly you helicopter, okay, if there's an emergency and you have zero deductible, is close to $600 a month. Okay. Now, if you plan on getting the health insurance in the country that you're moving to, I suggest you really follow up and understand the plan that you have what it does and what it doesn't cover. I would not solely sit there and wait for FMP to cover something, because even if you go in a hospital, I need y'all to understand how this works. If you go in a hospital and you overseas, it may be service connected, whatever your issue is. But guess what? That hospital still wants you to come out of pocket. You gonna get reimbursed from FMP, which makes take anywhere from 30 days to 90 days before you get your money. But I'm telling you all this, and you need to understand this. Those of you who have a ton of health problems, you getting ready to go overseas because you like looking at women's butts, listen to what I'm telling you. You need to have yourself some money, because if you go there, you fall, you hit your head. It may be service connected. Your fall may be service connected. The hospitals in these countries don't give a damn about that. They want to know how you gonna pay for it. You can't go in there and give them no Medicare card or give them your VA ID card like you do in the States. That don't fly here. They can't swipe that and get no money from it. You need to come up with a way of how you gonna pay for that. All right? I'm not trying to be mean, man. I'm trying to be upfront with you guys, because there's too many of you all who have been lied to online, told a fantasy about how all this is gonna work out. And it damn sure don't work out that way. Because if you ain't got no money when you going overseas, you ain't got no credit card when you going overseas, and something happens to you, as Love and Freedom said last night, they probably just gonna give you a white sheet and tell you go stand outside and throw a white sheet over your head. Because if you ain't got no money, they ain't got no reason to take care of you. Ain't no HIPAA laws here like they are in the States. You better understand where y'all going, where y'all living, where you're moving to. You need to understand that. Let's see. Is acupuncture included for foreign medical program? Thanks. No. Everett, again, va.gov or fmpva.gov. There's a list, okay? And there's a separate list for the Philippines, but there's a general list for all the other countries, all right? That's something you're going to have to pay for on your own. That's not something they're going to cover. Just keeping it 100. If you go there, they'll show everything they cover, everything that they don't cover. And if it's not service connected, they're not going to cover. Not going to happen. What's up, Mr. Thompson? How you doing? Let's see. Going to the VA makes me more depressed. Sign up for telehealth. I'm telling you, sign up for telehealth. And you can see your doctor that way. You can see your psychiatrist that way, unless it's something you have to go in for. X-rays, MRIs, EKGs, nerve conduction study. They got to fit you for a brace or something to that effect. Telehealth. Let's see. I just received notes back from my x-rays and exams for the C&P doctor, stated that my hips and back is getting worse, but I won't get into all the diagnosis. But let's just say, I appreciate Markel for all this help and support, but I have a long road ahead of me dealing with these issues once again. Oh, it's all good, bro. Hey, I may sound like I'm frustrated, and I really am frustrated, man, because I try to put information out there that I think is clear, but then sometimes people try to interpret it as, okay, well, they should cover this if I go. No, they ain't covering it if it ain't service connected. They ain't covering nothing. It's all good, bro. Like to look at them. They do, bro. If I, you know what? I'm gonna start putting comments from the comment section from some of these veterans, okay, who ask these questions, and it's like, bro, are you serious? Okay, man, I get Viagra pills from the VA. Are they still gonna pay for it? Are you service connected for ED or anything that would cause you to get Viagra pills? No. Then let me help you with that. No, they're not gonna pay for it. You gonna have to pay for that. They're not paying for that. You got to pay for it. That's the number one thing I don't think people get when they leave the U.S. and U.S. territory. All the free shit they get from the VA. Once you leave those places, you on your own. They're not paying for that. Those 6 pills you get every 3 months, they're not paying for that. You paying for that. That physical therapy that you're getting, that you're not service connected for, that you 50% or above, that the VA says, come on in, we'll handle it, whatever it is. You paying for that now. They're not paying for that. The iPad that you have that has service on it, internet, totally free. Or the phone you have that has service on it, internet, totally free. You leave the U.S. territory, that is no longer free. They're not paying for it anymore. You're paying for it. Talking to Barry, Love and Freedom, talking to Barry. I had my hips replaced 2 years ago. Do the physical therapy, and y'all be good to go. Okay. Thank you, man. Appreciate you putting that out there. Yep, put them on blast. Let's go. No, I ain't trying to put them on blast, Love and Freedom. I'm trying to be honest with them and tell them how it works. There's too many times, man, people hear all kind of muddy stuff, and I'm trying to tell you where you can find it, va.gov or fmp.gov, or call the Foreign Medical Program yourself. They open at 9 a.m. and I believe they're on Mountain Time. They're on the same time zone as Arizona. So it is currently 8:32. It's 6:32 right now, p.m. Okay? They open at 9. You have a question. Better yet, you getting ready to go overseas. You have some things that the VA has been taking care of for free. You don't have to take my word for it. I never tell y'all, I'm telling you, don't even look it up. No, look it up. Go to va.gov, look up FMP's phone number, call them tomorrow morning, and all these things that you're getting at the VA for free, ask them if you're going to get the same thing in the country, in whatever country it is you headed to, and listen real carefully to what they tell you. Oh, it's all good. Hey, okay. Another quick thing for you guys who are living overseas. If you need a prosthetic device, and I think I was mentioning this and I kind of went sideways with other things. So let's say you need an electric scooter. You call FMP for an electric scooter. Okay, first thing FMP is going to tell you, you need to have your doctor there in that country write up why you need an electric scooter. Once they do that, they're going to send it to FMP, or you're going to send it to FMP. FMP is going to make a decision on it. Let's say they approve it. Okay. So what do you do? What do you think you do at that point? You think you're going to get an electric scooter where you are? Well, most of these countries don't even have them. You're going to have to order it. So what is FMP going to tell you? FMP is going to tell you, you go ahead and buy it, send us the bill, and we reimburse you for it. How much do you all think an electric scooter costs? Especially if you have to get one custom made specifically for your disabilities. Because I'm trying to tell you this because they're not going to be able to just order it online. You are going to have to go to the States. More than likely, you're going to have to go to the VA and have one custom made just for you. And that's going to take anywhere from 4 months to 10 months before you even get it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I want to be perfectly clear with this, man, because I don't want y'all going overseas thinking that the Foreign Medical Program is the same thing as you being at home in the States. It is not. It is not. I don't care what salesman gets online and try to tell you whatever it is. You ain't going somewhere that's the same as where you're leaving. It ain't happening. They don't have it. They're not going to be able to get it. And the only way you're going to get that electric scooters, which are custom made. They don't have a stack of scooters sitting back there in the back waiting for veterans to ask for them and they just roll one out. No. In case you all have never paid attention to those scooters, most of them have a little dial in the front. You know what that dial is for? It's made specifically for their needs, for their disabilities. Because you could be right-handed, but you have whatever, cerebral palsy, you can't manipulate your fingers anymore. So they have to make it custom so that your left hand is the one that controls all the dials. You guys understand what I'm saying? They don't just hand them a scooter. They get them a custom scooter. That's why it takes so long. And then you got to worry about the maintenance. When you're overseas and your maintenance comes up, how you think that gets handled? You think you just going to do what? call them up, they're going to fly to wherever you are and come out and fix it? No, sir. You got to find somebody in that country to fix it, send the bill to FMP, and wait to be reimbursed if you can find somebody to fix it or maintenance it. If not, you need to find the closest Department of Veterans Affairs to whatever country you're in, because you're going to have that thing maintenance. Is everybody hearing me out there? Okay. Now know what y'all doing when y'all go overseas. Know what y'all doing when you go live overseas. I ain't trying to be mean about it, man. I'm not trying to keep people from not going places, but I'm trying to get y'all to understand what you are actually doing. Going overseas, having sex with all these poor girls, that's what you're into. That's what you're into. But you take your old ass over there, taking all them Viagra pills, you have a stroke, you have a heart attack. Then what? And you don't know the first thing to do or how it's going to get handled. Because in these countries, it's all about how you, without insurance, are going to pay for it. That's what they want to know. Are we clear on that? Okay. Are there any other questions before I get up out of here? Matter of fact, I'll open it up real quick. I got 23 minutes because I need to get off at 9 on the dot. I'm going to open it up. See if anybody wants to come on to chat real quick. But again, guys, I need y'all to hear me and understand what you do when you're going overseas. Now, Mr. Brown, because Mr. Brown loves to come on and says, well, the VA left veterans out in the cold. The VA ain't left your ass in the cold. You decided to leave the U.S. and U.S. territory. You put yourself in those positions. I've never seen a sign that says no veterans are welcome in the United States of America. I've never seen a sign that says if you leave the U.S., we're going to take care of everything that's your problem. There's no sign that says that. Going overseas is something that is voluntary, that is not mandatory. So if you leave that situation, you voluntarily left. Nobody forced you to go. Nobody made you go. If you're in a certain city, that city's not working for you, you feel like you're not getting no respect, you got 49 other cities plus 7 other territories you can take your butt to. But when you decide to go outside of those to another country that is not U.S. soil, that is not U.S. territory, you did that. The VA didn't do that. You did. Why are vets going to Colombia to mess with girls? That makes no sense, bro. Man, where you been? Have you not been watching online on the internet? They got a whole group. They call themselves the Travel Brothers, or they call themselves the Mungerers, or they whatever the hell they call themselves. They got groups of these dudes. This is all they do. What do you think all those YouTube channels, the popular YouTube channels are talking about? Mangoes and flies and fleas. That's what they talking about. Where you been, bro? Where you been? That's all these guys are interested in. That's why the majority of them are in these countries. They ain't in. Why you think they moved to these countries? For better what? Rent? No. For what? Better food? No. Why do you think they come to these countries? They ain't coming to these countries, man, just to see the weather. They ain't coming to these countries because what? They want to learn the culture? Most of them can't even speak the language. What culture are they learning? They learning the culture of how many pesos they need to pay the girl. That's about it. That's why they travel. I've seen travel bros, but none of them are vets that I know of. Are you kidding me? More than half of them are veterans. More than half of those dudes are vets. Okay, come on, man. If y'all think the majority of these people, I'm not saying all, because there are some who went, they found someone, they got married, and that's why they went overseas. I'm not saying that some are going over, they had a long-term relationship with someone online, that's why they're going overseas. But I would venture to say 80 to 85% of the YouTubers, of these travel groups, these WhatsApp groups, that's what they're going for. They're not going to try to learn why the clothes dry faster in Colombia without a dryer. They're going to see how many of these young girls can I get in a week or in a day. How come the VA don't pay for these pills? Come on, man. That's what they're going for. Trusty. And it's not bashing them. I'm not bashing them at all. I did the same dumbass shit when I first started traveling. I didn't know any better. I was ignorant as hell to what I know now. I was straight ignorant. And I'll tell anybody that I just started out the same way. I did the same dumb shit. But being overseas and learning how life really is for these people will open your eyes and change some people. Not all. It will change some. Some don't give a damn. Okay? You got to understand, guys. You got people who come overseas and spend money on prostitutes, but they won't take care of their own kids at home. Okay? They won't even handle their own responsibilities back in the States because they're more interested in traveling overseas to see prostitutes. That's just a fact. Okay? There are people who this is their sole purpose now. They have no other purpose in life but to travel from country to country and try to sleep with as many women as they can. That's their sole purpose. But at some point, as I've said videos back, that shit's gonna catch up with them. Keep popping them pills. Some of them on high blood pressure popping them pills. That shit ain't gonna work for so long. Any other questions? I got the link there. I got 18 more minutes. So any other questions you guys have? But I'll just tell you like this, bro. I don't know what you're watching or who you're watching, but if you pay attention to what they talk about, that's all they talk about. They have no other conversation. The conversation doesn't go like, okay, let's take this to another level and let's get really deep and involved in whatever we're talking about as far as money, life, security, finance. That's not what they're talking about. They ain't talking about that at all. But I'm trying to talk to the veterans out there who have this fantasy about living in a foreign country and everything's going to run smoothly. Hopefully it will. I wish you guys the best. Those of you that are traveling overseas for the first time, those of you who are traveling to whatever country for the first time, I wish you all the best. The best of luck, the best of health. For whatever reason you're going for, hopefully you enjoy yourself while you're there. But let's not get it twisted and act like that, these guys are just going because they can't afford to live in the U.S. anymore, so they want to live in another country. That ain't why they're going. Because trust and believe, if prostitution was legal in the United States of America, none of them would go anywhere. They would never leave. If drugs were legal, like they are in some of these countries, them dudes would never go nowhere. They never leave their own block. That's just facts. Any other questions? Because if there's no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and bounce. And again, I'm not trying to throw shade or hate on anybody. I'm just putting out facts. And I'm trying to put out facts for them veterans out there. Because I know, bro, sometimes in the morning, you wake up, you go to stand up. Some of y'all get a little lightheaded. You don't know why. You done took all them pills the night before. Blood pressure fucking low as hell. Because you done pumped all that shit down below. And ain't got none going to your brain cells. Okay? I know. And you're going to need help. One of the mornings you're going to wake up, you're going to fall straight down to the floor. Not going to know why. Nobody going to know where you are because ain't nobody checking on you. Most of your friends are friends that you got because they need money. I'm telling you, dude, those of you going overseas, find yourself some local friends. Find you somebody, especially if you're of advanced age, that checks on you every morning. Because the last thing we need to hear on here that they found you stiff as a board. You've been dead for the last 5 days and nobody knew. The only reason they found you because your room started smelling or your house started smelling. You need to find some local friends when you get to these countries. Some real friends, not friends that dependent on your money. You need them local friends that call and check on you daily. I got 5 of them that call me every morning. How you doing? You need any help? Nope. Okay. I'll see you later this afternoon when I call you. Okay. Is it still flooded there? No, most of it has dried up. This question is off subject. Did you get your L.5 rating? Yes. Keep doing it for us, but hey, some people gonna get upset because I'm telling this man what's really going on with this. I can't believe he doesn't know much. YouTube, I see JM on. There are a lot of different channels. That's the number one reason a lot of them go. Just keep it at 100. But Freddie K, I'm getting ready to move up another level as well, though. But that's the number one reason they travel, bro. That's the number. If you ask them and they're honest with you, that's why a lot of them out there, not all. I'm not saying all. Please hear me. I did not say all. I know plenty of people who have come to this country who've had long-term girlfriends that they went on and married when they got here. Okay? It is not all. But the vast majority of people who travel, that's what they're traveling for. Okay? Had nothing to do with cost of living. Okay? That's what they like to tell people, cost of living. It ain't got nothing to do with that. All right? Appreciate it, man. Nah, I don't have an email. You got to ask here in the comment section. Nah, I ain't never doing that again. I'll be just 100 on this while I still got 13 minutes. I'm never giving an email. I ain't never giving out no WhatsApp. I ain't never meeting nobody in person. Period. Point blank. Nope. Not doing it. I gave my reasons why in a video. It's just, no, not going to happen. I don't care what you're offering. You can tell me, hey, man, I'll give you $1,000. Take me around for 3 days. Nope. But there are plenty of crackheads around here that love to take your money. I'm not one of them. I'm not interested in your money, bro. I've never come on here and told you about a WhatsApp or a Cash App or anything. Anybody that wants to join, you're free to join of your own accord. I'm not pushing it, and I'm not trying to get nothing from nobody. All I'm trying to do is do what somebody did for me once. Help. That's all I'm trying to do. Where can you sign up for the new life insurance program? That's not till next year. That doesn't start until 2023 in January. Now, I will say this. If you recently got awarded a service connection, you get the opportunity to sign up for life insurance at that point. But if you haven't had a recent service connection, because they're going to send you the letter telling you when you get awarded a new service connection, they send you a letter saying this is your opportunity to sign up for life insurance. And I think they either give you 90 days or 6 months from the time you get that service award. But the program that you're referring to, I believe, it doesn't start until next year in January of 2023. Okay, any other questions? Like I said, I got the link there. Anybody want to jump on with their questions or any other topics? I ran through a lot. I ran through with Social Security. I ran it through with the VA. I talked about getting personal equipment, wheelchairs, scooters, whatever. Just to run through that again real quick. If you're trying to get some type of equipment from the VA, you need a referral from your primary doctor or your psychiatrist, your physical therapist. Someone has to write a referral. Depending on what it is, right, you still may have to qualify in prosthetics, especially when it comes to wheelchairs and when it comes to scooters. Now, if you currently have a wheelchair, you're currently at home, you're finding it difficult to leave your house or just make it out your front door, you need to go talk to your doctor make them aware of your situation so you can get a ramp built. They have different grants that they offer. Let me just put it to y'all this way. Anytime you're dealing with the Department of Veterans Affairs, you either got to fill out a form or you got to request it from whoever you're seeing, which would be your primary doctor, your psychiatrist, your physical therapist, or whatever specialist you're seeing. Like with me, when I go back to the VA, I usually have to go see someone in podiatry. Those of you who have foot problems, ankle problems, you know what podiatry is. This is where you're going to get your ankle braces. This is where you're going to get your shoe inserts. This is where you probably going to get your, what you call those tan socks. I can't even think of the name of it. But y'all know what podiatry is. This is where you would get a lot of this stuff from. You need to go see a back specialist, okay? You need to go see somebody for TBI. You need to go see a pain management specialist, okay? Whatever you're doing and you need whatever it is, you need to talk to whoever you're seeing. You need to get a referral from them. They will write up a referral and send it to whatever department it is. Otherwise, you need to fill out a form for whatever it is. Are we clear on that? Ask primary care, doctor, psychiatrist, whoever, or fill out a form if it's a form that is needed for you to qualify. Because they rarely give you anything. Compression socks. Yes, thanks Mark G and thanks Barry. I couldn't think of what the hell it was called. Let's see. Okay, when you get to SMC rating to get to L and a half, do you have to have another 50% extra rating? Like, yes. Okay. Freddie K. So let's say you qualified for SMCL, right? And let's say that you have a total of 12 disabilities. Let's say that they use 10 of those 12 disabilities to award you SMCL, okay? Let's say the other 2 disabilities added up to 50% or higher. Then you would automatically move from L to L and a half. Or let's say that those 2 disabilities that they didn't use, one of them was 100, and let's say the other one was 10%. Well, because the one is 100 by itself, you then move from L to M1. Okay. Now, I know I'm speaking Chinese to some of you guys, but on the SMC chart, SMCL is the lowest form of aid and attendance. It pays another, I think it's like over $800. So instead of a veteran getting 33 that we talked about last night, like 33, 32, the vet would get like 41 or 4,200. I forgot exactly, but it's like 41 or 42. So the further you move up that line, the more money you get. Okay. And if you already have SMCK, and you can go to the VA's website and look this up yourself. If you already have SMCK that you're getting paid for, you go to L. Your SMCK goes along with you. You can get up to 3 extra SMCKs with whatever you got up to certain letters. You can't get SMCK with Q, you can't get SMCK with R, and you can't get SMCK with O. But all other letters, you can get up to 3 SMCKs. SMCK, I believe, is like $118 extra. So just to level it out so everybody understands, if you were awarded SMCL, which is aid and attendance, or it could be aid and attendance, but there's a lot of other things it could be. We'll just say it's aid and attendance. And let's say you're getting 42. Well, 118 on top of that 42. So you'll end up getting either 43 or 4,400 a month alone from the VA. But let's just say you left from L because you had an extra 100 and you went to M1. Okay. Now with M1, you're going to be like 48, 47, 48 plus the 118. So you're almost 5 alone just from the VA by itself. I'm not telling you all this so you go out and try to commit fraud. I'm just explaining it. Okay. I'm just explaining it. I'm not telling you need to go file for because if you don't qualify for it, you're wasting your time. I'm just explaining it. Have a good night. Thanks for the show. It's all good, man. I got 5 minutes left. Let's see. If you're over 50%, you're able to get glasses through the VA if you can't see well anymore? I'm guessing you're asking that question. Again, if you're in the U.S. or U.S. territories, okay, and let's say you don't have no prescription or nothing, you'll have a trouble seeing, you tell your primary doctor or you tell your psychiatrist, they're going to make a referral and send you to, I forgot what you call that department. I can't remember what you call the department, but they're going to send you to that apartment. They're going to make you an appointment. And if you're 50% or higher and you need glasses, they're going to give you glasses. They ain't doing that overseas. I hope y'all know that. You walking around blind here in Colombia or DR, Brazil, or wherever, you need glasses, guess who's going to have to pay for them? That would be you. Yep, compression socks. Yeah, that's how that works, Freddie K. Now, sometimes the VA will screw you, whoever makes the decision, and they'll use every disability you got to keep you at that level, knowing that they don't need all of it. That's how they screw a lot of people who get TDIU out of SMCK. Because SMCK is the exact same thing. If you're getting TDIU, and let's say that they use, again, 10 out of 12 disabilities you got, but the other 2 added up to 50% or higher, along with your TDIU, you're supposed to get SMCK, which is another 350. It might have gone up to 400 by now. I don't know. But you're supposed to get SMCK. Or if you're currently on TDIU, you just got awarded a disability that's 50% or higher, you're supposed to be getting SMCK along with TDIU. But the VA rater screws veterans out of that because they'll use disabilities that have absolutely nothing to do with their issue and throw it in there to keep you guys from getting SMCS, that extra $300 some a month. That's how they screw you sometimes. It's unfortunate and ain't nothing you can do about it. 3 minutes. I'm down to 3 minutes. Let's see. I got TDIU with S. See, perfect example. You probably had disabilities that they didn't use, or you got a disability added on, probably from a deferment, or that added up to 50% or higher, and you ended up getting SMCS along with TDIU. That's how that works. And that's why I always tell you guys, read your award letter, understand your award letter, because they're not perfect. They make a ton of mistakes. You should add up the amounts that you get, okay, to make sure the math is right. Never just take the VA word for anything. Never. I don't care if you got to sit there and it takes you 20 minutes. If 20 minutes put $3,500 in your pocket because they made a mistake, are you going to feel like that's a waste of 20 minutes of your time? I'm telling you guys, get your award letter, read your award, make sure that the amounts, the dates and the amounts match up because they make mistakes all the time. There's veterans have found that they've been supposed to have been paid SMCK for 10 years, never got it. Well, that's $100 and whatever dollars the last 10 years the VA owes them. Or they skipped this month or skipped that month. You know, you're supposed to be getting 33 whatever for those months, and they skipped 6 of them. That's $18,000, $19,000 you were supposed to get that you didn't get. So again, read your award letter. Understand what you're entitled to. Understand that the amounts that you got are correct. But hey, they want you to be lazy. They want you to just get that award letter. Okay, we're giving you $10,000 and 100% when you should have got $21,000 and 100%. They want you to be lazy. So I'm telling you right now, man, if you don't get your benefits, if you got money that was entitled to you that you didn't get, that's your fault for not following up, for just taking the Department of Veterans Affairs word for it. Never, and I mean never, just take their word for it. Always check your award letter. Always check the amounts. Check every single month you're supposed to be paid. Because I guarantee you, if you all were to go back, and it might be 20 years later, and read your award letter, I guarantee you'll find a mistake. I can almost guarantee you'll find a mistake because they make them all the time. They try to rush through as much stuff as they can just to get you out of their hair, and they screw up. But a lot of y'all follow that same pattern and you never check. That's on you. But all right, guys, we got here. Yep. Damn, $100 for 10 years. Yes, bro. VA screws up all the time. Let's see. I found a mistake they made on mine. Yep. What's going on, Howard? Hey, Howard, I got to bounce, man. 9 o'clock was it for me tonight. But all right, guys. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.